Are you suffering from boring walls? If the monochromatic dullness is injuring your personal vibes, try one of these art-inspired artworks or prints. Of the four works shown here, at least 10% of my profit from the sale of these drawings and prints will be going to the Mercury Phoenix Trust. The more you help Cat the Minion energy work grow, our collective donations to charity can increase. My link tree, Cat the Minion, gives you easy access to Etsy and DeviantArt. You can find these in my flat drawings section of my Etsy shop. Autotune Jesus is based on the music video character by YouTube creator Jack Douglas. Love of My Life is a typographical nature drawing based on Queen's famous song of the same title. Mouth was a student exercise to expand a tiny reference image to a 12-inch square, which was originally a photo of Cindy Crawford. You can get prints of Love of My Life and Stardust in my DeviantArt shop. Just click on them. And when you get to the individual page, click the Buy From button. Once you click on the button, you can select from the print menu various fine art prints with optional framing or small art gifts like mugs, postcards, and magnets. Thanks for window shopping, and the video you came here to watch starts now.
Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. You'll have to excuse any external noises. It's nice of all the loud vehicles to go by as soon as I hit record. We're dealing with a little bit of external noise right now because I'm using the better camera instead of the less pickup-y audio, because I couldn't put the headset into my camera because it's not really a video camera. So this is August astrology, and this is for fixed signs. Holding for noise. So we have Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio, like you'd see on the World card or the Wheel of Fortune. Using the Syrian Starseed Tarot and the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So the spread that I'm doing is one that I offer for personal readings, and it's just the general inquiry. It's taking up a lot of room on the table because these cards are so big, even after trimming the border. I need some Karmics. Or some Burt's Bees. I just had breakfast and my mouth is dry. Okay. Burt's Bees. Minty fresh. So there we go. Alright, general inquiry. And this is for roughly about a month, mid-August 2022, or whenever you happen upon it. We just had the full moon in Aquarius, so this might be really relevant for Aquarians. Giant supermoon, like twice, looking to be twice the diameter of a normal full moon. It was insane. Alright, so I'm gonna just pretend that the lawn mowing isn't interfering. Alright, so I'm not sure what message is gonna come up yet, but we'll see. We're looking... it feels like Mercury is retrograde, but that's an artificial thing, because it's definitely going direct. But we have Mars in Gemini coming up in like a week. So, any old who, we're gonna get the topic card here, and then we're gonna open the reading, and then I have a follow-up card over here. And if you're purchasing a reading, I will shuffle and spread the cards out on camera. Alright, what's our topic here? The middle world inverted. So I need to focus that a little bit more. The middle world inverted. Okay, so with these, it means I'm hearing bad medicine. Is that Motley Crue? It might be. It's one of those bands. And I'm also seeing like my world is turned upside down. So it's number 36, which inverted looks like 9E. So if someone's wearing size 9 shoes and you got wide feet, it could be like a synchronicity marker, but it's also like brace yourself, like dig your feet into the ground harder, like a little bit like secure your footing. So let's just look at this real quick, because I want to read in the book what the medicine is for it being inverted. 36, not 39. Okay, so the middle world. I mean, in overview, it's the day-to-day reality, the material world, the present moment, blah, blah, blah. So when things are right in the middle world, it says heaven and earth support everything, but that just means that the spiritual plane and your material plane are aligned. Like as above, so below. But here, with it inverted, there's a shift. It's one of these things is not like the other. So with it inverted, the point of the reading... And also I said, you know how I said the fixed signs are the world card. Do not try to correct in the earth what needs to be corrected in the heavens. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering are not readily available to you yet. So it's important to ask for help from the invisible realms, from helpers in the upper world. For now, wait. Okay, so this is relevant to that synthetic Mercury retrograde sensation, which is the energy finally seems right for winds of change, for a shift in what you're doing or experiencing, to roll forward quickly in a positive manner. But it's like I have to keep rescheduling, things get canceled, I can't, I'm trying to get there, and then now there's traffic, and now there's an accident, and now my vehicle needs to be repaired, and the shipment didn't come in, and it's hurry up and wait energy. It's we're rolling out, but now I'm getting cock blocked. You know, it's I'm finally doing something for myself, and when I set up to do the thing, nothing works. My phone died. I lost my charger. The internet went down. Whatever. It's the material world is ready to manifest, but it seems like there's interference. And this is what this is addressing. Now, if we look at the full moon and Aquarius energy, especially with this supermoon thing, it's kind of like in that clip from The Shining where the river of blood comes rushing down the hallway, where all of the stuff wants to be released at once, right? It's not just my communication is in flow, it's like a data dump. I'm going to flood this entire town and move your house down the street 200 yards because all of the things coming at once. it's almost, it's kind of like the energy is being dammed up, but it feels like it's weird because it almost feels like an internal thing of like, oh, I'm not ready yet. And it's not really a self-sabotage if it's coming from outside the house. Like stuff that you have no control over. It's like, why do I feel like I'm being sabotaged? Why do I feel like someone's messing with my energy? Like, what's going on here? Like, it finally felt like I was in the flow of universal timing. I thought I was picking up these synchronicities. Why isn't this working? And I think in order to understand what the fuck, we're going to have to turn over these cards, because I see this happening in my situation. I have friends where this is happening to them, and it's like WTF, mate. So let's look at the spread. No, you're not gonna be able to see all of these cards at once, but I will hold them up to the camera. All right. I also just got Somebody Mixed My Medicine by what's her face? Taylor Momsen's band. The Pretty Reckless. Somebody Mixed My Medicine, somebody's in my head again. But this is, it's more like, it's not like a direct sabotage. It's like the clock gears are twisted. Let's see how this is doing. Okay. So we have the Adept of Flames. This is the Knight of Wands in this deck. I haven't used this deck that much in a while, but yeah, this is the Knight of Wands. Inverted. So it could be controlled burn, but it could also be like someone's trying to snuff me out. Like, instead of exploding and burning down the forest, it's like we're just burning this one log, or someone is like trying to snuff out your candle. Something. So we have the Six of Crystals. This is the Six of Pentacles in this deck. This is like my ends are meeting like a mofo, and I have more to give. Which seems out of tune with the rest of the reading, but we'll get there. We're going to be looking at these like a grid. So we have the Ace of Chalices. This is the Ace of Cups in this deck. So we have manifestation balancing out, plus essentially your heart's desire or your intuition overflow. Again, this is like overflowing, right? I'm creating wider banks for my flow in the universe. This is burnout. Like, I'm exhausted. I've worked really hard. Now we have the Six of Flames inverted. Is that the Leo card? I think it is. Is it Jupiter and Leo? What are we doing? What am I doing? Oh, traditionally Saturn... No, 6. Damn it. Oh. Traditionally Mars in Leo, but I've reassigned it Pluto. So this is a retrograde energy. So Mars is in Taurus until the 20th, and then it's going into Gemini. So we're looking at Taurus energy, or those specific dates for like the next week, because I'm not sure when I'm dropping this video. How much time have I got? Okay. Who am I, where am I, and what am I doing? Pluto is retrograding in Capricorn. So whether it's, I take the traditional set... I still did that wrong. I tried to read it as the 5th, and I tried to read it as the 7th, but it's actually the 6th. It's Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter rules the world. Jupiter rules the Wheel card. And the world is ruled by Saturn. Mars. So we're looking at Mars in Taurus, and we're looking at the wheel energy. And I feel frustrated because I messed this up, but it's not really messed up. We can't get this exact victory energy. I am stuck in the past. I'm trying to go in gear to the future, but it's like my brakes are stuck. The rotor is melting. Like, where am I going? Like, I'm stuck in the future, I'm stuck in the past, but I can't make it into the present to conquer this blockage. And again, it's like I'm burnt out, and then half of the 12, it's one of those, like, knowing is half the battle. Well, what's half the battle is it's like I'm not in phase with the present. Okay. 5 of Flames. Okay, there's the 5 I was stuck on. That's the fucking Saturn in Leo that I reassigned Neptune energy, which I think is also retrograding right now in Pisces. Even though this card is upright. This looks like that moon. I know it's supposed to be the sun here because it's in Leo, but it feels like the moon. But if a sun card is inverted, it tells me the moon, but here it's upright, but it's carrying retrograde energy. It's like, look how bright the moon is. Like, what time of day is it? Like, hey, mister, you got the time? So here's the 8 of Flames. This is, I mean, this has a wheel of fire on it, but it's not the wheel. But you could take it as a lower vibration of the wheel. We'll put it that way. The wheel in the sky keep on turning. Don't know where I'll be tomorrow. So the 8 of Flames is Mercury in Sagittarius, I think. Yeah. So we're reiterating that Mercury is in fact direct and not retrograde. But we're dealing with the wheel, Jupiter energy, which is Sagittarius, but it's on a lower vibration. Usually, I mean, if you think of spiritually, the wheel is like, oh, but if you're having a lower vibration, it's a manifestational thing. I'm trying to get things moving in the material world. And we see that happening under, like, balance of material balance. I'm going to start another segment so I don't get screwed up. 9 of Chalices. Okay, so now we have more water. 9 of Cups inverted tends to take on the energy of 9 of Swords, anxiety. But this is like, I'm depressed. I'm unhappy. I am sad. I think that might be the moon there. Let me see what this energy is, because I don't remember offhand. 9 of Cups. Of course it is. It's Jupiter in Pisces. So this is that retrograde energy. What the hell even is Jupiter doing? Jupiter is retrograding in Aries, and we were looking at Mars in Taurus energy. Okay, that's why it's all screwed up, because Jupiter is retrograde. This Jupiter is lightning, thunderbolts, Zeus. What does he do besides screw everything? I'm not sure. Let's look at this. 8 of Orbs. This is I want to break free. This is 8 of Swords in this deck. And notice how it's coming in right next to a synthetic 9. It's like I'm trying to count down, but I'm not quite in the right element. 8 of Swords. What in the crap? It's... okay. Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter in Gemini. That this is that Mercury retrograde synthetic energy, Jupiter in Gemini. Because Jupiter is retrograde, but Mercury is direct. Fuck. This is weird. The Adept of Chalices. So now we have the Knight of Cups. This is like I'm learning to navigate my emotions, possibly. I'm learning to navigate my heart center. But here, I think more than anything, the cups in this is representing the waves. I mean, obviously, he's catching a wave here. He's body surfing. But notice how you have the element of body, the physical body, navigating the waves, the cosmic waves, the spirituality. It's like trying to gain that balance between the material world and what's going on cosmically. Like, when am I going to be in tune with the universe? When am I going to catch this double dutch? This is a 1 or a 12. Now I have 2 of orbs. This is also about psychic intuition. This is a lower vibration of the High Priestess, who is traditionally assigned to the moon, but I often pick her up with Pisces energy. But that also leads into that Neptune retrograding in Pisces, but also this idea of the supermoon. It's twice the diameter of the regular moon. So here I'm going to take her with moon energy. 2 of Swords. I think that's the moon in Libra. Yeah. The moon in Libra. Like, I'm trying to balance out the dark side of the moon and the light side of the moon. Like, what is the fears, but what is the secret sauce? Like, what am I missing and what has been holding me back? This is like, I've got to, like, I'm burning from inside. I've got to do it. Like, if I don't do this, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. If I don't do this, I'm going to be sick. But this is like, I'm doing it, but I'm in flow with the universe. It's like, I can't do it from a point of, it's almost like I can't do it from a point of rage. And it shouldn't necessarily be rage, but if we're dealing with a lower vibration of fire energy, it could be like, you know, I've been struggling to do this so long that if it doesn't work this time, like, I'm going to be so pissed. Or if I don't take this opportunity, I'm going to be upset. Or, look at you assholes, like, you told me I couldn't do it, I'm going to fucking do it. But this is coming into more of an energy of, I'm not trying to, like, especially because this guy's looking outwards to the people. He's, like, trying to make eye contact. Like, you're not going to extinguish my flame. But this is more like, I'm not even looking at anybody. I'm riding my own cosmic wave. Let's see what's over here. Alright, so we have transition. This is the death card in this stack, in this deck. I always get David Bowie Station to Station with the transition. Although I think, is that transition, transmission? That might be a different song. Might be TVC15. But anyway, the Station to Station album in general. And that kind of looks like a wormhole. So notice how in the connection here, it's the body again, entering into a more spiritual place. And it's not like I'm dying. It could be an ego death of sorts. But it's like, what is the focus? Even here, we're dealing with 6 of Crystals. Crystals you think of like like a rock like this, which is opaque. Or you think of like gold and platinum. A lot of the times you'll get to a place and the next level will be diamond because it's clear. It's not like muddied. And people have been talking for a while about humans upgrading to the crystal body. Like indigo children, crystal children, blah, blah, blah. So I see this, even though the crystals here represent pentacles, the physical world, we see a body and then we see a crystalline form. We see a meat form, we see a crystalline form. And it's this idea of, you know, my material body versus my spiritual body. And we see that here and here and here specifically. And here. The Sage of Flames. Okay. This is the Queen of Fire. The Queen of Wands in this deck. And we would see that she's sort of trying to integrate. She has a physical body, but then there's like astral body, spiritual body, and so on. And the Kundalini is activated. Right. So we can't be in this place of the Knight of Wands in order to progress. If we enter this Knight of Cups energy, we can progress in fire. And this is where you'd expect to see a Temperance card. This is a 1 or a 13. So we say, it's almost like, even though this is a 12, it could be a 1. So I see 1, 2, pretending that's 12 again. 13, 13. Right? It's like 12, 12, 13, 13. And it's like I have to have both feet on the same level before I can go up. Like the hot foot and the wet foot. It sounds messed up. So now I have the Ace of Swords inverted. That looks like a moon there, or a planet, and there's a dolphin. It's this sonar. And this is the whole issue, like the middle world inverted. Like I'm having a hard time picking up the signal. Like I'm not integrating this new way of communicating. I'm having a hard time perceiving it. It's mysterious. But it's also giving me those retrograde energies, especially Neptune retrograde, even though it's an air instead of a water. Do you think air is also something that has current? There's a currency to it. Aquarius is the wet air sign. We have electricity. Right? This is kind of like I have a dead battery. There's no juice. Now we have the Six of Orbs inverted. So we have another dolphin. Six of Swords inverted usually tells me scorpionic energy. Is it Scorpio? I don't think it is. No, this is Swords. Mercury and Aquarius. Which would be, I'm changing the way that I communicate. Like, toodaloo motherfucker, like, I'm out of here. When it's inverted, it gives me artificial scorpionic energy, and it tells me I need to go deeper. Six, 6, 6. What are we missing? The Six of Cups. I'm going to come back to that. So here, okay, this is 20. This is karma. This is judgment in this deck. So fire energy, but Pluto. So we have Pluto retrograde with water on the card, but fire energy. Now, if you think of Pluto, you think of Hades, right? The ruler of Hades. He's got a lake of fire. And if you have crap karma, you're going into the lake of fire. But what I'm seeing here is that Pluto is scorpionic energy, sitting inverted right next to the card that I said was synthetic scorpionic energy. This is like if you look at this, it looks like a whirlpool. I need to go deeper. I'm starting to spin, and now I'm getting sucked down the whirlpool. It's a story here. Like, here's this dolphin, like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, this, like, movement starts, and they get sucked down into the depths. So if we're looking at this underworld energy, scorpionic energy is deep water. It's like the Marianas Trench, deep under, and then like deep underground water. But what is that? It's like something that is sort of helps form the material world. Fire and water together. Especially when you consider that fire, like liquid hot magma that will turn into rock once it cools, and then deep water. Well, what is a trench? A trench is where the two plates are colliding, and you have a subduction zone. But a lot of the time what happens is if the sea plate goes under the continental plate, it'll create steam, which could, blow out in a volcano, but it could just come up out of the ocean, which is why the trenches are so toasty. Anyway, think of that metaphorically how you want. So this last card is the Ten of Flames. So we have more fire. This is the Burden card. And look how this guy is climbing the stairs up out of the depths. Saturn and Sagittarius. This is like the burden card. But what we're seeing here is that it's really hard to go that far down into existence and climb back up again. But what we're seeing is that there's this necessary suction into whatever karmic detritus, basically. Any karma that isn't resolved cannot come through this portal. This is like a way station. It's like you need to shower the salt off you before you leave the beach. Because if you're looking at judgment in the upright, it's I'm closing this chapter, I'm moving on. This is like you didn't complete the level, you have to go back and do this other task. And it does seem unfair, but there's something you're missing. What was going on? Were you pinning all of your hopes and dreams on this one particular event? If so, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Are you doing this because you're trying to pattern yourself off of somebody else? Then you need to go back and check yourself before you wreck yourself, because if you're not doing it because it feels like it's in the flow of something, then you're missing something. Do you understand your mission statement? Are you paying attention to synchronicities? Are you taking time to breathe and self-care? This isn't necessarily to say you're the one who's blocking your shit from happening. This is to say there's some balancing out that still needs to happen in terms of contentment, desire, and fear, and where you're coming from. Are you presenting what you're trying to accomplish to rub it in other people's faces, or are you doing it because you feel it welling up from inside your soul? Does it resonate in your heart, or are you coming from an anything you can do, I can do better? Don't tell me what I can and can't do. Like, I'm going to show you, or I'm doing this for me because this is the right thing. It's good to have the fire, because if someone is like, well, what the fuck are you doing? You can be like, I'm doing me. Like, this is what I need to do for me. And the fear can come in too, because you can have this really like intense synchronistic moment, and then once you get on shore, you can be like, crap, what the hell just happened? Like, I'm freaking out. And then you start backing off and be like, ooh, maybe I don't want to do that. That seems, that's like, I'm afraid of doing this. But sometimes you do have to kick yourself in the pants and be like, no, you're doing this. And then this idea that you had that you scared yourself with the next day is like the thing you're supposed to be doing. Right? It's like learning not to be afraid of the synchronicities, but also learning to not burn yourself out trying to put up a front for other people. And then we have the medicine wheel. I mean, this is essentially the wheel in this deck. Notice how 35 breaks down to 8, which is the 8 over here. So I'm going to read this card because for some reason my mind always blanks on this. But this is the wheel energy that we're in. We have a balance of elements here. Right? I'm missing the 6 of Cups. But the 6 of Cups is usually like a nostalgic thing. Like, oh, isn't this the happy thing from my childhood? But it's sort of, it can be like remembering your soul contract. So the missing element here is, what is your soul contract? But that's to yourself. It has nothing to do with anyone else. But let's look at the medicine wheel in the book. $35. Where did we start at? We started out with 36 inverted. So if we say we're at 36 and we're going backwards, it means we're going down to 35. It's this idea of turn around, you missed something, like look back, like turn back, there's blood upon the shoe, and like the one behind you isn't the bride for you. However, that, maybe I can, the Grimm's Fairy Tale book. Ow. Where is it? Where did I put it? Grimm's Fairy Tales. Okay. I'm going to read this a little bit more eloquently without hitting the camera. Oh, that old book smell, I swear to God. Is there a plate for her? Oh, okay, here's the plate. Illustration plate. because I love this book so much. Okay. Oh, this one has a slightly different version of it, but that's alright. Backwards peep, there's blood upon the shoe. The shoe's too small and she behind is not the bride for you. Backwards peep, there's blood upon the shoe. The shoe's too small and she behind is not the bride for you. But when you do hit that medicine wheel energy and you don't have to keep smacking that karma whirlpool drain, it's backwards peep, there's no blood on the shoe. It fits so nice and she behind is the true bride for you. That's from the Cinderella there. Be careful with that thing. So when we look at the medicine wheel, I get to the right fucking page. Oh no, the battery's going. God damn, this one first. It's like I drained all the energy. I did that. I drained my phone battery yesterday too, I think. Alright. The medicine wheel is a sacred hoop with the 4 cardinal directions well marked. It represents the cycle of life, the cycles of nature, and the circular pattern of our cosmos. It has been used for millennia in indigenous cultures to bring harmony and well-being to the village. Its directions symbolize the 4 steps the shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. Okay. So this is like collecting the 4 sixes here. It's like I'm learning to balance the energies and connect more to the spiritual world while being involved in the physical realm. Okay. So with it upright like this, just make it easier to see. To manifest clear blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past. Continue to the west and notice which relationships are toxic and drain your energy. What did I just say about the battery? And I think I said that about this too. My battery is dead. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion and show it? Which is what I was talking about over here. End at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. And that's for you. That's not for anyone else. It's up to you to Okay, it's up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure to step outside the wheel and contemplate your journey. Okay? So it's not just, tidying up your personal baggage. It's, I need to sit and reflect on it too. And this is what's happening here. This is kind of like she's acting like a lower vibration of temperance. Even though she's 13 and temperance is 14, that makes sense because we go 12, 12, 13, 13, and then we want to get to 14. But all of this is happening in a lower vibrational realm, right? I don't think I have any major arcana. Oh, I have the karma. We're dealing with something that's lower vibration than the major arcana, more or less. Because when we get to a major arcana card, it says, go back, you're not done yet. So all of the healing is going to be done on the same level that the injury is happening. If I have a breach at level 2, it doesn't do me anything. It doesn't do fucking anything to work on level 14. I gotta go down to level 2 and start patching up the foundation, or rewiring, or whatever. So this is what we're doing. We're working on stuff in a lower vibrational realm that hasn't been healed yet. Because you might think you're ready and raring to go at level 43, and then find out that there's a short circuit because there's something going wrong at level 2. So essentially it's a walk back and a patch, right? There's like a virus running in the system, and we're going to go antivirus and sit there and work on it till we're done, and then we're going to review it. So this is what's happening with the fixed signs for, about the next month or so. All right, I'm just going to move this camera for a second. You'll see all this in a minute. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.
CATtheMinion energy work is focused on building a community around creativity and connectivity. Connect to new friends, the universe, and yourself. Shift your perspective of everyday life. Alleviate the stresses of daily life by tapping into self-expression. Help me build my offerings around your needs by investing, interacting, and brainstorming new things we can do. Your financial contributions via donations, purchases of goods and services, and participation on Patreon allow me to pay mundane bills, upgrade to better interactive services and equipment, and to buy art supplies and materials. Additionally, your support helps me pay it forward to charities, other energy workers, and artists, and to gain more visibility so our community can reach even more who need it. You can find a number of the goods and services I offer by clicking the links from my website, cattheminion.wordpress.com, or from my link tree, depending on your preference, linktr.ee/cattheminion. I'm offering original art pieces, digital downloads, art prints, merch, tarot readings, divination tools, templates, coloring books, a dark poetry book, YouTube content, self-care encouragement, and more.